Hello everyone and welcome back to the HTML tutorial. In this episode I'm going to continue going through all the HTML tags. So this is gonna be the second episode of that. So yeah, let's get going. The first tag that we are going to go through, this is gonna be a recap, is the B tag. So the B tag can be used inside of paragraphs, for example. So this let's create a pair of B tags. Part of text is created with the B tag. So the B tag basically creates some bold text. So that's what the B tag does. Alright, let's get to the next one. I'm going through these in alphabetical order, and the next one is going to be the base tag. The base tag is used inside of the head section of your HTML page. So the base tag specifies a default URL and a default target URL for all links on a page. For example, I can set the base and take the href attribute and set it to be https google.com and the target underscore blank. So whenever I create a link with the a attribute, I'm gonna add an href. I don't have to type in this part. I can, for example, if I want to go to https www.google.com slash help, for example, I can just write in help. So with the base tag, this is equal to this. So yeah, the base tag is used to define this href over here. So basically, with the base tag, this is the same as this link. The base link is this, and then we add slash help to the end. So yeah, that's how the base tag works. Then we have the BDI tag. So basically the BDI tag stands for bidirectional isolation. This tag isolates a part of text that might be formatted in a different direction from the other text around it. So yeah, this element is useful when we are embedding user-generated content with an unknown text direction. For example, if we have a paragraph, I'm going to create a paragraph first and say that user colon, and then I'm going to use the BDI tag. If somebody is using Arabic characters, for example, you know that Arabic characters are read from the from the right to left. So they are read in a different order than the Latin characters. So the Latin characters are read from the left to the right, but Arabic characters are read from the right to the left. So for that, bidirectional override tag is perfect. We can say has 90 points. There we go. Now look what happens if I remove the BDI tag. Take a look at this text. Oh, whoops. So, okay, well, this was kind of a bad example. Let me actually create an unordered list. And inside I'm gonna be creating a list item. Where the user that one has 90 points. So if I was to go ahead and remove the BDI tag, it would look like this. So yeah, as you can see, this text doesn't make sense anymore. However, with the BDI tag, we can have it in the correct spot. If I remove this, it's not gonna make sense anymore. It's gonna say user 90, then the user's name, points. So this is one example where the BDI tag is really useful. So I'm gonna copy this. Alright, there we go. So yeah, this is happening because the Arabic characters, for example, they are read from the right to left. So yeah, that's an example of the BDI tag. So the BDI tag stood for bidirectional isolation. Then we have the BDO tag. This stands for bidirectional override. So I can write some text and then I can make the attribute dir be right to left. So now you can see that the text shown on the page is written the wrong way around. So that's the BDO tag. If we set the direction attribute to be left to left, it doesn't have any effect. Left to right, no effect. Right to right, no effect. The only thing, or the only scenario when this does some difference is when we set it to be right to left. Then the text will be upside down. Or not upside down, but the other way around. So yeah, that's the BDO bidirectional override tag. Then we have the block quote tag. So this basically creates a block quote. I'm gonna create a paragraph here that's gonna say, here is a quote from Google, colon. And inside of the block quote, I'm gonna write some sample text by writing in lorem and pressing tab. So you can see that the text is being shown like this, like it's inside of a block. So that's the block quote element in HTML. We can also add an attribute of cite, and this will tell who we are citing. In this example, we are citing Google. So yeah, we are taking a text from Google, even though google.com will take us to the search engine front page. It will not have this text, but this is an example. So yeah, you can use the cite attribute inside of the block quote elements tag and set it to be a website that we are taking a quote from. So yeah, that's the block quote tag. Then we have the body tag. So yeah, the body tag is something that we are very familiar with already. So the body tag defines the document's body. Inside of the body tag we have everything that the HTML document will show up on the page. So yeah, and note there can only be one body tag in the HTML document. I guess that's all I have to say for the body tag. Then we have the BR tag. So that's gonna be creating a break. So for example, I'm gonna make a paragraph. You can use the BR tag to create breaks or line breaks. There we go. So I'm gonna add one BR tag right over here, one over here, and one over here. So now you can see that all these pieces of text will appear on a separate line. That's because of the BR tag. So yeah, the BR tag is a self-closing tag or element, also known as a void element. So we will not have to write the closing tag for it. You can just say BR and that's it. Alright. And the final element for today is going to be the button element. So with the button element, we can create a button. Inside the button, we can use all kinds of different tags. I'm gonna name this example button. We can add classes here. We can add IDs. We can add very many attributes, and yeah, so the button element is pretty self-explanatory. If you want to get in more detail about that, there's very many, like 100 different attributes that you can add inside of the button element. So yeah, there's a lot of these. I'm not gonna go through all of these, but if you want, you can go through all of these. So yeah, anyways, this is gonna be it for this episode. We went through all the tags that start with the B character, and in the next episode we are going to continue this recap series or part of the entire series. So yeah, and this is not only going to be a recap, there's also gonna be some new elements in the list. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you were able to learn something new or maybe remember something new that you had forgotten about. But anyways, I'm gonna see you in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful day and happy learning everyone. Bye bye.